Welcome, guys. Here's another shot. I only come on here and do some videos every now and then, especially when something really trips my trigger, and this one's one of them. So this lady right here works for the government. So apparently she's alive and well, and I don't know, what's her name, Anna something? I'm guessing that's her. And Elon sent out a huge thing to all of the government employees saying, just respond. Respond, letting me know you're human. It takes 2 neurons and being able to breathe or something, a heartbeat or something. I can't remember what he said. Just to let us know you're alive. That's what we want to know. We want to know that you're an actual employee, because there is a ton of people who are apparently 240 and 300 something years old that are still literally getting checks cashed by the government. 300 years old. Who the heck do you know is 300 years old? So it's a valid question. And these people working in the federal government should say, you know what? I'm going to respond. I'm going to respond and let them know that I'm alive. If anything, and they cut the fat off the top of all of the people who aren't actually supposed to be getting money to get money, and cut that stuff off, it relieves a huge burden on the budget system. And who knows? This little prissy thing right here, who's too afraid to reply back, I'm actually doing something for work, decides that she wants to go to town hall meetings and all this other stuff. But anyways, she could end up getting a raise, right? She could get paid more because they're cutting all of the fat off the top for people getting paid that shouldn't be getting paid, or most likely fraudulent. I mean, who do you know that's 240 and 300 years old that is getting paid and actually able to cash their checks? That sounds a little fishy to me. Does it sound fishy to you? Throw that down in the comments. I think it's a little fishy. But this little prissy thing right here, she's like, I went to town hall meetings and I did this meeting and I have these interviews and I'm on the news and I'm doing this and that. And I just don't know what to do. And I'm talking to all the bosses and trying to get advice on what to do about these emails. And should I respond or what should I say? And blah, blah, blah. Hit reply. Say, I'm doing my job. This is me. I'm alive. Send. You know what's going to happen? You're going to be set aside because you're alive. You replied. You did your thing. And the other people who have not yet might end up losing the pay. We're not going to have a 240-year-old person getting paid anymore. That is a huge thing. And where's this money going anyway? 300 and something years old? You know, somebody laughed about that when they set up their age was 300 and something to get paid. You know somebody laughed about that. And is that money actually going to the United States? Or is that money going overseas? Is that money going to fund a war? What's the money going to? We don't know. So they're trying to figure it out. And you guys should be happy for that. Every federal employee that's alive and breathing and has 2 neurons or whatever should be happy that they're going to try to say, I'm alive. Let's cut the fat. Maybe I'll get a raise, right? You're not going to get a raise when you're this girl and playing victim when you're a government employee and they just want to know if you're alive. That sounds fair to me, right? If I have a company and I have 20 people working for me, or 100 people, or the government with like 2 million people, then wouldn't you want to know that your employees are there alive, right? I don't know anybody at my company that is getting paid for not being there. Just saying, right? It makes sense. So this girl here has spent 4 minutes and 7 seconds on this one video talking about how she doesn't know how to deal with this email system. Check this out.
Today I responded to the email that we received as federal employees asking us to report 5 things that we accomplished last week. I'm not worried about my 5 things. I have plenty of things to report. I did plenty of work last week. But the feeling of just like absolute existential dread that I felt typing out a response to that email is something that I wish I could convey to everyone, because it felt like such a glimpse into the reality that they are trying to create. And it was terrifying. It felt like, you will do what I say or else. The email that we received did not say that failure to respond would be taken as a resignation, but the post on X did say that. And leadership at my agency is pretty much like, the email's authentic, but we don't know if the threat is or is not. We are going to respond, but kind of left it up to each of us to decide what to do. We have received more emails about all of the fucking bullshit going on with Doge and Elon and all of.
All right, so forgive me for the nasty language because that's just something that happens nowadays. So I don't really know what to do about that. And you're hearing it so far, though, right? You're hearing what she's saying. They got the email. They got more emails. She's just really not sure what to do about it. Oh, it gets better.
This federal employee stuff that like I've spent more time in the last couple of weeks navigating these emails, going to these town hall meetings, going to these other meetings, making sure that so that the leadership can break down what's happening and tell us how we need to respond and tell us what the fuck is going on and tell us, oh, you might lose your job because when your FTE runs, like there's so many things that they're having to convey to us. And so nothing that actually should normally be getting done and accomplished is being done or accomplished because we're all so busy fucking trying to navigate this hellscape that is happening. That is waste.
Navigate the hellscape. You mean trying to figure out who's real and who's not? Like we just talked about this a few minutes ago, right? Hellscape. These people, I mean, look at this. You can see her background, right? You can't see a whole bunch of the background, but look at the background. She's living in a pretty nice, I'm guessing, apartment, probably spending a few grand a month, making some decent money. Hey, awesome sauce. Feel free. Awesome. Do your thing, girl. But when you have a job and you have the higher ups, they want to know you're alive. Come on, think about it.
And the fact that the studies we work on, if we are worried that they might be considered, something that will lose funding, what's the point in working on it now? And has the last year, 2, 3 years of work we've done on it been for naught? Like, that's wasteful. Like, this whole thing is an exercise for them to show us how much power they have and how little we have, and how
has nothing to do with power. It has nothing to do with power. Not to say that you're little and they're big. It's literally to say, I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive, right? To the 3 people that might watch this video, I'm alive. Hey, I'm here, right? Entitled people, man. I tell you, this is what happens when you have a whole huge generation of people who doesn't get discipline, right? The moms and dads are so busy in life, so busy, that half of them don't even stay together. Then you have split homes. And a lot of times it's the kids with the mom because the dad takes off and does his own thing. And then you have kids without dads, right? Not saying that she's one, not sure, right? But the timeout chair thing didn't quite work. We're living in living proof that the timeout chair didn't work. I mean, look around, right? Just look around.
We must do what they say. And it's so insane because, again, who the fuck is Elon? Like, and how does he get to decide that he is king of the federal employees, king of HR at the Office of Personnel Management, and he gets to tell us, send this email or you're fired, like you lose your job. There's no rationale here that makes it make any sense outside of, look how much power I have and you better fucking listen or your livelihood is gone. The 2 million people that are...
I cannot believe how much these people are just... They think it... And it is. It's not always the case. It's not always the case. And it's just irritating.
You're going to have to respond to this email if they choose to. Are they going to go through 2 million emails to make sure that they were honest, to make sure that they were authentic, to make sure that the items listed out were relevant to the people's jobs, to make sure that the person, like, there's so many things that would have to happen for them to, like, actually legitimately go through these emails, and that's not going to happen because it just...
So if it's not going to happen, what are you worried about? What are you worried about that they're going to go through all these emails, right? There's AI now. So the AI is looking for the names of the people who reply. That sets you on a different list now, right? You're on the don't worry about it list. You're way over there now. But the ones who didn't reply, there's no check mark next to theirs. There's nothing saying that they replied. There's no read receipts, right? So they never opened it up. Because when emails, these people probably don't know that, but when you open an email, it sends a read receipt or it lets them know that it's been read, right? So AI can figure that out, and AI can already tell, since you've read that email, that you're alive. So you're complaining for nothing. Think about that.
Just like it can't happen, and again, like, it's just a flex. It's just you need to know who's in charge, and this is one of the ways we're making you aware. And the feeling that I felt,
it almost sounds like she wants to be in charge. She wants to have more power. She wants to be able to say, I am the woman. I am the one who's going to say if I send an email back or not, because I am the boss. How many bosses do you going to walk into Taco Bell if you work there and say, today I just don't feel like replying to you. So when you tell me I got to work at the counter, I'm going to go back and, do something with shells or something. I don't know. Maybe I'll just play on my phone. Not going to last very long.
Felt responding to that email was such a glimpse into a possible future here, a probable future here if we don't fucking do something about it. It felt so scary and so heartbreaking. It felt much like I would imagine living in a place.
Scary. Dude, this is a 10-minute long video about something that could have took 20 seconds and no complaining whatsoever. But these people are so entitled, and I don't know if self-centered's the word.
Like what I always imagined North Korea to be like would be like, where the energy is, yes, master, your wish is my command. And again, these people that we're reporting to are people that have no expertise outside of like tech. They don't know anything about the health services that are operated through the federal system or about anything, really. And now half of the CDC workforce.
You're right, I don't. But that's not the problem here. The problem is you don't want to reply back to an email that shows that you're alive. That's the problem.
It's gone, and the national park rangers are like largely gone. These are people who have worked their lives to have the careers they have, who have gone to school for this, who have.
We've been through a park ranger issue before. I remember the parks in the state that I live in, and they were all shut down for a while because the government couldn't afford to pay them because we were in debt, right? We were in debt. Now, we talked about this in other videos before, but think about it. If you have a wallet and you have $100 in there and you spend $99.99 on your favorite, whatever in the heck would cost that, right? And now you're left with a penny. Can you go back to the store and buy 10 more of those? No, you cannot. You cannot go back and buy 10 more. Why? Because that wallet is empty. All you have left is a penny. Not the American country. The American country could just print more and print more and print more, and then print more and then print more. And then the price of eggs go up, right? And then the price of this and that and everything else is going up and everything's skyrocketing. And the house that I'm in has doubled in price. Not complaining, don't get me wrong, but the house that I live in has doubled in price in the last 3 years. Doubled in price. Think about that for a second. The house that I sold before this, that I lived in for 3 years, almost doubled in price. Really, really close to doubling in price. Now, granted, don't get me wrong, very happy about that. However, think about it. That inflation is making it hard for anybody else. This house that I'm in is the house that I'm kind of stuck with now because all of the other houses are so much more money that I don't want to pay that much more a month for a house. So I'm going to be stuck with this one and I have to do what I need to do with this house to make it work. Not really a problem. Not really a problem. But I'm just saying, these entitled people
built a career over years, decades.
Oh, I know what I was saying. You can't just keep pulling money out of thin air. That's what I was getting at.
And now some man and his very ridiculously young tech bros are taking away the careers of lifelong federal employees.
They are not taking away nothing from you guys who comply with the fact that your boss's boss wants to know if you're real. Not taking nothing away, right? Let's hear this little spot here again.
Tech bros are taking away the careers of lifelong federal employees.
All right. So these young tech bros, right? Young tech bros. If you think about this for a second, young tech bros, the younger ones seem to be the most knowledged, the most advanced. Their thinking is way ahead. They learn from their peers, and their peers learn from their peers, and their peers learn from their peers. So what used to be a dude at 40 years old, the second dude at 30 years old knows what that 40-year-old knows and some. And then that 20-year-old knows what that 30-year-old knows because the 40-year-old taught him. So now that 20-year-old knows what the 40-year-old knows and what he knows at 20 years old, which also goes back. And it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. So things are getting smarter and smarter and brighter. And she's complaining about that.
People who have devoted their lives to this country, to the government, who have taken the oath. We all take an oath to the Constitution.
To do your job, and you're complaining about it.
That's not just for military and for people in politics. That's for all federal employees. And people take it really seriously. Things get done. Things continue on, and things are happening because people are doing their jobs. There are people all over the place that are not doing their jobs everywhere all the time. That is certain. And that extends surely into people that work for the federal system. But everything that's happening is not because they don't think we do work. It's because they want to say, we have power over you.
No, it's because they want to know that you're alive. Nothing to do with power. Nothing. Get that crap out of your head. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. It's not that they want to have power over you. If they wanted to have power over you, they would fire every single one of you and get compliant people that'll actually do their job. But you probably are doing your job, so they just want to know if you're alive. Plain and simple.
And that is a feeling that everybody should fear feeling when the people in charge of the place you live start to exercise that power in a way.
Hold on. When the people in charge of the place you live, that starts another question.
That there's no like real reason for outside of you will know who's in charge here. Like I am the captain now is the energy. That's terrifying. Like I said, this is a glimpse into a future that is really scary. And everything that's happening, this isn't, again, looking for fraud and waste.
Well, I think it is. And your fear-mongering is what you're doing. And that's my humble opinion, is that you're just fear-mongering and you want attention. And it worked because this nobody on this side of the camera has seen your video. And that means there's tons of other people that seen your video. And this one here has 41 million views. And I don't even know if this is the same girl, right?
Today I responded to the email that we received as federal employees asking us to...
Sorry about that. I don't know if this is Anna or not. I can't really tell. But this fear-mongering crap, I'm telling you, it's just baloney. Like, share, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this video, and let's go. Let's get some stuff done. If you know any of these federal employees, just try to get it in their heads, man. Just send a reply, call it good, move on. I'm sure a lot of them have. I'm sure a lot of them are just like, whatever. I would be. I mean, if these people don't want to email back that they're alive and as a federal employee, Donald Trump, Elon, I'm a machinist. I don't know what all I can do. I can do some editing and stuff and, whatnot. But me and the old chameleon back here, we'll be more than happy to work for the federal government. No problem. I'm sure I can find something I can do. I don't know, maybe I can turn you some stuff on some CNCs or something. But anyways, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. And if you made it this far, thank you. Thank you for listening to me rant about this stuff. This is crazy. I keep looking at the screen even though it's on the screen. I don't know. Hopefully it worked out. And hopefully you're cool with everything. And yeah, I got to get these music playing in the background or something. So anyways, I'm just ranting on. Rant on. Rant on, my fellow ranters. Peace.